Welcome to this very special edition of CNN. Today we will be interviewing a very intelligent group of people that will be discussing the Chinese Revolution and their solution to fixing that problem and not kill as many people as Mao Zedong did in the famine. In a few minutes we will be talking to our first guest, so we'll be back after the commercial. And welcome back. I'm Ben Matos. Our guest could not be here right now because I accidentally deleted the other video. So, all in all, I will make a new one. So, I will be talking about the key people and the timeline. So, some key people in this situation were the Qing Dynasty. They ruled over China since the 1600s, and they were a very strong group. The Sun Yat-sen was a nationalist party. He led the Nationalist Party with him and struggled for control in China. Sun Yat-sen led a political party called Kuomintang, or the Nationalist Party, BBC. Mao Zedong, the leader of the Communist Party, he became president. He killed many people and is still praised today with his ideology, and he led the Long March. There was also the Red Guard, was a group of army students, an army of students to identify and remove anyone who disagreed with the government. The Jing Jieshi announced the new formation of his new government, the National Republic of China, BBC. And now we have our timeline, which you can see here. And in 1912, the Qing Dynasty is overthrown, and Sun Yat-sen leads a political party called Kuomintang, or the Nationalist Party. In 1921, the Chinese Communist Party is formed by Shanghai by Mao Zedong. In 1929, Jiang Jieshi announces the new formation of his new government, the National Republic of China. In 1933, Mao Zedong leads followers on a journey known as the Long March. In 1946 through 1949, the civil war between Chinese Communists and the Nationalist Party. In October 1949, Mao proclaimed the creation of the People's Republic of China. And in 1976, Mao Zedong dies. That's it for me right now. You'll be back in a little bit with Sam Ellis doing his part. Welcome back. I'm Ben Montes. Right now we have Sam Ellis, another group member of this amazing group. He will be talking about some solutions that we made and the criteria we had to make. So, go ahead.
So, as a group, we decided that it'd be easiest if China got a new leader because Mao Zedong didn't care enough about the people and he let them die of famine. The time-wise, this wouldn't be the best option. It would take a little bit of time for the people to do this, but we decided that that'd be suitable because they would be finding a new representative. But it is the best option out of our criteria because it would make the Chinese people happy, it would get them out of communism, and the people wouldn't have died of famine because the leader would have cared more about the people than himself. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. Well, that's a very good solution, and we all hope that would have happened. Well, we'll be right back with myself and another interviewer interviewing me with our other solution.
Hello, I'm Jordan Williams from CNN, and this is Ben Matos, the last member of the group. He will be telling us about his solution, the positives and the negatives of it. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, our team solution is that we will overthrow Mao Zedong and bring a fair president that would be voted on fairly and have a communist-free government. And hopefully everybody will be happy, and it would be great. Some historical figures would be the U.S. helping us do this problem and overthrow the president. The UN would help us find a new president and make him good, and our team, of course, which would make this happen. It would be a great step forward. You get it? Because for China and help China a lot and not be communist and probably have a better economy and lots of happiness. So, my negatives and my positives. Some very big positives about this situation. One is that it will not be communist anymore, and everybody would be freer and way happier than they actually are today. 2 years ago, after Mao Zedong's death, Deng Yixing took over of China and followed his Mao ideology. Quote, New York Times. They would be happier than they are today. Another positive is that not as many people would have died, and because of Mao Zedong's great step forward, brought great griefing and caused tens of millions of deaths through famine and state-sponsored violence. Quote, New York Times. One more positive is that it would release tension on other countries about the domino effect. They wouldn't be as many countries that are communist in Asia today. One more positive is that not as many people would have been hungry and would have died, which I have already stated. Some negatives about this situation is that we would have to overthrow the president or the old leader, and it would cause much controversy. The people might have liked Mao Zedong, but I doubt that would be the real situation, and they might not like the new leader. Still, China continues to honor Mao and his ideology. New York Times. Another negative is that it would take time to settle in, and the economy might go down because maybe he won't fit in right. It would just take a while for him to settle down in the situation because it's a big step. It's a big step forward for him. One more negative is that people might not like him and like the old way. Today, China is a global economic superpower that
Ben, what are you doing?
Big step forward. One more negative is that people might not like him and they might like the old way better. They might try to assassinate him or kill him. We'd have to protect him for a while. Today, China is a global economic superpower who follows Mao Zedong's ideology. New York Times. Well, that is all we have for today. Come back next week for another very special edition of CNN. Good night, America.